Good evening, Wizards Nation. Dude, the draft is 4 days away. We have been through so much the past 2 weeks. All these freaking rumors, propaganda, smoke, you know what I mean? All I see is Ace Bailey lobbyists over here, Jeremiah Fierce defenders over here. And I'm just like, all of this because we got royally fucked in the NBA draft lottery.
Picking sixth, the Washington Wizards.
What more do you want from me?
Manifest our own destiny. Manifest our own destiny. Manifest it. We can sit here and pout, but just as long as we're striving towards our goal. And I feel like that's what Will Dawkins is doing. So much kudos to him. The fuck, man, we should be taking Dylan Harper tomorrow. But fuck it. We're here and we're gonna do the best of what we got. All right. That includes me. I need to do better with that. But still, the draft can't come soon enough. It really can't. But my take with all this Wizards rumor that's going on, and I'm going to share with you guys all the rumors in a bit after this introduction. The Wizards just seem like everything is just close-vested. They're not showing you their hand. We're playing a game of poker. They're not showing you our hand. We're just keeping it close-vested. And I feel like that's good. Like, they don't want to share any secrets with anybody. It's Area 51 in Capital One Arena. Like, they're not, you know what I mean? And I get it. And I understand it. I feel like some of the rumors that we're hearing right now, it's smoke coming from the Wizards to try to, detract a couple of teams. But that's my take. I feel like right now, it just shows the competence of this new front office. Yeah, we're not showing our hands to other teams. So, yeah, with all these rumors. But I'm going to share you guys all these rumors that's happening right now. And a couple of new ones, actually, regarding our Washington Wizards. But, yeah, man, the draft can't come soon enough. It really can't, because from what I'm seeing in Wizards Nation, Wizards Twitter, people arguing in the streets and arguing in U Street. I mean, they're always arguing in U Street, but I just see people just we need to unite. We need to unite. Let's not argue about who we're taking at 6. Let's unite. Let's come together. Fuck it, bring out other small market teams. Blazers fans, you're more than welcome. Jazz fans, come here. I don't care. I'll be a Mormon for a day. I don't care. The fuck, what am I? Let's all unite. Unite against the elites, and let's move forward. All right, yeah. But yeah. In this video, I'm gonna give you guys all the latest Wizards draft rumors, Wizards draft trades, and I'm gonna give you my final prediction on what's gonna happen on draft night, which is this Wednesday. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I would truly appreciate it. Side note: before I continue this video, I am going to stream the draft. I'm going to stream the draft on Wednesday. So if you guys are free, please come join. It will be a party. It'll be a blast. I feel like I should stream the day before, though, because, I suck ass with technology. I ain't shit with technology, dude. I'm just telling you. If I see a USB, I'm cooked. I'm cooked. I'm not good with. I'm good with numbers, but I'm not good with technology. So I feel like I should do an emergency stream on Tuesday. It'll be Wizards related. And then on Wednesday, it will be the real deal. Make sure everything's good to go. Because again, technology, I ain't shit. What the fuck? What am I, Thomas Edison? No. I need a practice. So I'm doing OBS Studio. So yeah, please join. It'll be a party. But yeah. So first things first, I have a couple of reports, a couple of screenshots here that I'm gonna share with you guys. It's regarding Ace Bailey. Freaking tired of it. I don't care. I mean, it's gotten to the point. I like Ace Bailey, but it's just I'm tired of it. But it's a couple new ones, and I was thinking about this too with the Hornets. Now, this is a new one with the Hornets. All right. So, in case you guys haven't seen this, much of this is from Brett Siegel, Clutch Sports, verified dude. Regarding Ace Bailey, we'll put it right here, and I'm gonna read it aloud to you guys. They're saying that he has not attended an individual workout with any team throughout the pre-draft cycle. We already know that. Why am I reading this? Oh, because Bailey opted to not accept visit offers from the Hornets or the Wizards. Sources said, it has been speculated that the Nets attempted to have Bailey to come in for a workout, but the prospects representation continues to view him as a top player in this draft class next to Cooper Flagg and Dylan Harper. Again, character concerns, I don't think there is any with Ace Bailey. I think this is just concern with this stupid ass camp that are playing is wrong, and honestly, it's fucked up because they're kind of messing this guy's value, this 18-year-old kid's value. The further down he slips in the draft, the more money he's going to lose. Granted, he's going to make a lot of money, but still, you know what I mean? But yeah, this is not a character concern to me. It is an agent concern, but agents, they can be dumped like this. So But apparently he has a long-term relationship with this agent, but still. Also, and I'm going to read it right here. Ace Bailey and his agent have slighted the Sixers in the past minute, but Bailey is still very much in play with the 76ers. And sources said, Philadelphia has yet to make a decision, but, we all know Daryl Morey. Another one right here saying that all three teams would very likely need to find a trade partner inside the top 6 in this year's draft class to land Ace Bailey. Many league personnel don't envision Bailey falling past the 5th pick, which is currently owned by the Jazz. There isn't a plausible scenario where even 7 teams would pass on him, and trade opportunities coming their way for Bailey to be available when the Nets are ready to pick up with the 8th pick. Now, to be honest with you, I had my mock draft. I dropped it out, I believe it was last night. Bailey fell to us at 6 in my mock draft. Granted, my mock draft was without trades, and I stated in my video, I feel like if there were no trades, he would fall to 6, honestly. But there's going to be trades. And with that, I feel like I'm looking at the Nets. I'm looking at the Pelicans. Those two teams have known to really like Ace Bailey. We are in the middle. Nothing's fully come out yet, honestly. But those two teams, and I feel like those two teams are going to leapfrog us. Or maybe even the Jazz. So, because of that, I don't think it falls to 6. And also, I'm going to put it right here. League sources signal that the Hornets have been actively engaged in trade conversations with other teams, eyeing the 4th pick in anticipation of the Sixers passing on Bailey. Keynote, listen to this. There also seems to be a potential pre-draft war breaking out between the Wizards, Pelicans, and Nets over Jeremiah Fears, who is widely viewed as the second best guard in this draft behind Harper. Now, we all know, it seems like from every single time I read, is Jeremiah Fears, who's really liked within the Wizards organization. The Ace Bailey thing has not been solidified yet, honestly. We don't know if Will Dawkins covets it. From my perspective, I feel like he would roll the dice on him, kind of fits his, prototype that he's been drafting, but, hasn't been set in stone yet. Now, this is the one I want to share with you guys, because now they're saying that while they may hold interest in Bailey, these 3 teams, being us, Nets, and Pelicans, also have Fears high on our draft boards, but trading up with the 4th pick with Charlotte will give potentially these organizations a choice between Fears and Bailey, as the Hornets could comfortably move down a few spots and still end up with the player they want. Now, this is oh shit, I'm getting too excited. This is what I was thinking. So, when we first got Rolly scorned, right? 3 weeks ago, I was just like, dude, trade up with the Sixers. I was hammered, trade up with the Sixers, trade up with the Sixers, trade up with the Sixers. Now, I'm just like, the price might be too steep. Also, is it worth giving up that much capital for any player not named Dylan Harper in this draft class? Because Cooper Flag's unattainable. But I was thinking just yesterday, when I was making this video, with the mock draft video, the Hornets seem to like Concanoopel. They seem to like Concanoopel and how he fits with them offensively with LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller. And because he actually does. He does. Defensively, it's a freaking shit show. But offensively, yeah, he does. Now, if I'm the Hornets, I'm just like, why don't you go back a couple spots, secure Concanoopel, and get some draft capital in the future or in this draft? So you get the best of both. And I'm thinking to myself, no. Maybe the most likely trade partner could be the Hornets for us. Again, the report's right here. And I'm thinking that because the price wouldn't be as steep as going to number 3. Because it's a win-win for both. The Hornets will get their guy. I'm assuming it's Concanoopel. I'm assuming. It's not set in stone yet. It could be maybe even Kamal Malawash. The Hornets get their dude at 6, who most likely will be there, depending if the Jazz pass on him, which I think the Jazz will. The Jazz probably go Trey Johnson, honestly. But that's just my guess. Hornets get their guy at 6. We get our guy at 4. Not we or anybody, the Pelicans or the Nets, they get their guy at 4. Now, what we have on the Pelicans and Nets that they don't have on us is that that the Hornets coming back to 6, it's a higher likelier chance that they get their man at 6 and not at 7 or 8. So let's say they want to trade back and they go to 6 and they want Concanoopel. Concanoopel may not be there at 8 for the Nets. So they're going to have to cough up more. I feel like that's the only advantage we have, because they can securely get their guy at 6 without possibly having him snatched up by somebody else. and we give him a draft pick, which I'm assuming it probably have to be the first round pick of next year that we have from the not ours, the worst of the Clippers, Thunder, and the Rockets, I believe, which is most likely going to be the Thunder's first round pick next year, which is probably going to be 28, 29, maybe even 30. We never know. So I'm assuming it's that. Y'all let me know what you guys think, but that's the one where I'm just like, if we trade up, I'm eyeing the Hornets now, and that's my final submission. I'm eyeing the Hornets. But let's move forward. I'm talking too much now. Lastly, I see here, put in a report, Fears and Trey Johnson are two prospects being linked to Washington the most. This is not to say that the organization is only considering these two players, especially with the potential of Bailey dropping out of the third pick. But what the Wizards decide to do immediately impacts the Pelicans and the Nets right behind them. I keep seeing Jeremiah Fears everywhere being linked to us, and it's starting to grow momentum. It really is.
An absolute stunner in the NBA.
So breaking news. It could be called breaking smoke, actually. While I was editing this video, getting ready to edit his video, I had to hop back here. This came out. I'm going to put it here for you guys to see. It's reputable from a Nets source. Not from us, a Nets source. It says, another agent put it this way. I think Ace is trying to get to Washington, New Orleans, or Brooklyn, with Washington as the top choice and Brooklyn close second. I think those are the two destinations that his camp has in mind. I was thinking this too, but do with this as you will. It's a reputable source. Just do with this as you will. All right, back to regularly scheduled programming. Where was I? This report came out. Putting it right here. It came out a couple days ago. I didn't make a video on it because I talked about it last time. I'm going to summarize it. Wizards offered some surprising names, quote unquote, to the Spurs in hopes to land the number 2 overall pick. Washington has made multiple offers to teams in the top 5 in an effort to land either Dylan Harper or Jeremiah Fears, even being willing to part with surprising names on their roster to move up to the number 2 spot overall. Thus, attempts so far have been rebuffed. Now, we talked about this, right? This is my hot take. I think this is Will Dawkins' number 1 option. His number 1 option is to go up to number 2 and get Dylan Harper. I think on his board, it's that. Number 1, let's do this. But I don't think it's that attainable. I don't think it's going to happen. But he's going to try. Now, that's his first option, like I said. Back to the part where it says surprising names. I'm assuming it's guys like Bilal Coulibaly. And I've been getting a lot of flack for that. And it's okay, I can get a flack. I don't care. I'm dumb. I have no ego, dude. I don't care. But you guys, we have to realize this. If you want to get a franchise cornerstone player, and you got to convince a team like the Spurs to give up on a franchise cornerstone player because they're going to have to give up on him, you have to cough it up. You have to cough up the assets. Cough up the assets. If we really want Dylan Harper, we may very well have to give up Bilal Coulibaly. Now, I'm not saying that's justifiable or you have to do it, but at least you have to seriously consider it. And, you know, I'm assuming the only guy that's untouchable on this roster for that 6-2 is Alex Sarr, because he has the highest ceiling so far from what I see. But come on, guys. Like, it kind of affirms my suspicions that the Wizards are going to have to cough it up. They're going to have to cough it up. So, you know, again, just I feel like this is Will Dawkins' first route, but I feel like he himself knows that this is quite not that attainable because Spurs, like, you're going to have to give him a king's ransom. And, yeah, I don't blame him. All right, it's back to where people are waiting for, I guess. I don't know if people are actually waiting for this. My final prediction. Oh, before I give you my final prediction, I'm going to put this report right here. They're saying that the Wizards are trying to trade up from 18. And we also saw the reports a couple days ago regarding Corey Kispert, how he's available in trade talks. Granted, it's easier said than done. It's a little bit harder to trade Corey. And I'm looking at the Rockets. The Rockets might be looking at us. My prediction is this. Fuck. This is my final prediction. We're going to have 2 picks. We have 3 picks on draft night. 6, 18, and 40. we're going to leave with 2 picks, which means we're going to trade one of them or we're going to use one of them to move up. Before I read you that breaking news segment regarding Ace Bailey, I was 80% thinking it's going to be Jeremiah Fears. Now, you guys, some of you guys may know this, I'm not the biggest Jeremiah Fears fan. Honestly, I'm not. I rather want VJ Edgecombe, Ace Bailey, or Trey Johnson, any one of those 3 guys over Jeremiah Fears. Again, that's not a big slight on Jeremiah Fears. I like him, I actually do, but he's not in the same tier as the other 3 that I just mentioned. But from what I'm reading and from what my Bolivian heart is telling me and just everything I'm hearing, and I see it on Wizards Twitter, but I also just read it on different articles on different teams, it seems like Jeremiah Fears is being heavily linked to us. Now, it could be smoke, and I could be buying way too much into the smoke, but I just see it. Now, am I going to sit here and pout if it is Jeremiah Fears? No, I trust Will Dawkins. I trust him. He knows more about basketball than I ever will. But just my instinct is telling me it's going to be Jeremiah Fears. 80% sure. But then when that report came out regarding Ace Bailey, and it's from a Nets source, not from a Wizards source, a Nets source, a Nets camp, that 80% went down to 60. I think it's 60% Jeremiah Fears, 40% we trade up to get Ace Bailey with the Hornets. That's my final prediction. And if you want to do math, 60 is greater than 40. It's Jeremiah Fears. But what I want is Ace Bailey. If he falls to 4 and the price is not that steep. That's who I want. But what my gut instinct is telling me, with my fandom off and just being an impartial person, I feel like it's going to be Jeremiah Fears from what I'm reading and from the sources that I'm seeing. And trying to navigate myself through the smoke. And that's when we stay at 6. We stay at 6. We realize the price is too steep. And we get Jeremiah Fears. And Will Dawkins is content with that. That's my gut instinct. Granted, again, I'm going to say it one more time. It's not what I want. That's not what I want. But I feel like that's what I feel like it's going to happen. And I'll be fine with that. I'm not going to complain with that. Now, moving on to the second one. My prediction is we're going to get Derek Queen, and we're trading with the Houston Rockets. We're going from 18 to 10, Houston Rockets. Corey Kispert's involved. Pick number 40 is involved. And a couple of second-round picks in the future is involved as well. I think that will get it done. You maneuver the contracts, get it all done. So we're going to leave with Fears at 6, Derek Queen at 10. 2 lottery picks. We're good. We're cooking. We're cooking. I'm good. Now, again, I'm going to say it one last time because I want Ace Bailey. But I'm trying to be as realistic as possible. So do 2 other teams want Ace Bailey. The Pelicans and the Nets. We're going to have to outbid them. The Nets have a lot of trade assets, especially in this draft class. They have 3 first-round picks, I believe. Yeah. And if they give up Cam Johnson, oh my God, and then the Pelicans, they want to trade damn near everybody. Herb Jones, Trey Murphy. If the Pelicans are willing to include Trey Murphy in a deal, we're cooked. We are cooked. Trey Murphy's a freaking stud. If they're willing to include Trey Murphy to trade up, we're cooked. Ace Bailey's going to freaking New Orleans. I'm just being realistic, honestly. So I think what's going to happen is, first, Will Dawkins is going to still continue San Antonio on draft night. San Antonio's going to be like, no, dude, we're sticking with the Churros. We're sticking with Dylan Harper. Bye. And we're like, all right, bet, good luck. Then we're going to switch over to Hornets. I mean, I feel like we have our eyes on Hornets right now. And then we're going to continue calling. We're going to offer that first-round pick next year, and we're going to offer Will Dawkins is going to get creative. But then the Hornets are going to be like, we have Brooklyn here willing to offer us multiple first-round picks or multiple draft picks. We have the Pelicans here. They're offering us freaking Herb Jones in the first round. What else do you have to offer? And then Will Dawkins is going to hang up just like that. He's going to be like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. He's going to see a clear path for Fears to fall to 6, and I think he's going to take 6 Jeremiah Fears. That's my final prediction. But like I said, 60% Fears, 40% Ace Bailey, and at 10, we're getting Derek Queen. my prediction. You guys can roast me in the comment section. But yeah, man, I want to end this with this, though. Whatever happens on draft night, I'm fully on board with Will Dawkins. And you know what? At the end of the day, it's manifest their own destiny. And with that slogan, Will Dawkins, in my scenario, and my prediction, applies it to get Derek Queen. He manifests his own destiny. He gets his boy Derek Queen. We get 2 starters for the future. 2 guys who can be, I mean, I'm not going to jinx it, but their ceilings are pretty high. And if that happens, we're all on board. But whatever happens on Wednesday, I'm telling you guys this, we're going to be fine. Let's stick together. Let's unite. And let's freaking do this. Go freaking Wizards. Let's freaking go, man. Let's do this. All right? Let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I'd truly appreciate it. To the stream on Tuesday. Peace, y'all.